All right, friends that are watching on YouTube, we are live at the Capitol. Let me see. Oops, I just stepped on Angela's toes. Here's the Capitol. How does that look? Can you see there?
Beautiful.
There you go. There's the Capitol. I don't know if you can see. It looks like it's blurry, but there are about 30 people, 30 armed folks at each entrance. They look like military. I'm sure they are. What do you think? State troopers?
I believe they're part of the state troopers.
They're part of the state troopers. So they're up there. They're keeping everybody safe inside and outside. And so, but we're excited to be here. The session opens up at noon. And so we're outside because there is limited access into the People's Building. And so we are protesting the fact that the building, you have to jump through hoops to get into a building that we own, that is our building. This is the people's house. We pay for it, and we pay their bills. We pay for cutting the lawn out here, and it is the
beautiful
people's house.
Landscape, the tree maintenance, the lighting maintenance, this beautiful fence over here. We paid for that, and now they are meddling in our medical business, right?
Yeah, they are. One of the things that's been really weird today is people who got up here. First of all, I got a text this morning at 4 o'clock with a screenshot of the DPS website that showed that they were going to have mandatory testing at the Capitol today. And I had friends who got in early this morning and were told that, you don't have to have a test. And so they were able to go in. I was getting texts from, hey, we just walked in, no tests needed. And then just an hour ago or so, several of our people went to go into the Capitol, and they had to have a test. They got a little sticker to wear that has a little T on it. Hopefully, they got those free from UT, but I don't know. Anyway, so they got these. They had to test, and then they have to wait 15 minutes, and then they get approved to go in the building. And then, of course, security and all those things have to go through. You must wear a mask in there. They will limit the capacity of the building today. Nobody knows what that number is or how they're going to do that, how they're going to monitor how many people are leaving, because all the exits are open, but only one entrance. And there are so few people here today. It's so disappointing. I imagine they won't even get to capacity. And so those people, the special people, the VIPs, those with the golden tickets, can go in through the east entrance. That's not where all us normal people get to go, but the VIPs get to go in through the east entrance. And apparently I don't see any testing over there. So if you have the golden ticket, you can go in the east entrance without getting tested. But depending on who's working the north entrance, you're either getting tested or you're not getting tested.
Correct.
Tell us about your van ride up. We brought, about 20 in a bus from Fredericksburg. Tell us about the ride up.
It was great. We hope that more of you will join us for these bus rides. Ken Olson, who's an FTP member, did the driving for us today. It was great. A lot of visiting and getting to know each other. And that's what some of this is all about on some days, is getting to know the people you are going to be working with for a long time. And if you are not planning in your mind, your schedule, your life as of January the 12th, 2021, to be working in your state of Texas, you need to reconsider your priorities. We are at a serious time in history, a serious tipping point. I was just on the bus today talking to our 2A focus group member, Mike Belsick.
Second Amendment.
Second Amendment, yes. He is going over all of the bills that have been filed so far. There is no way that this state is not going to turn into some of these other things that you've seen going on from California to Pennsylvania if we are not here to protect what we hold dear. This morning, in the county of, let me just give you this. Eddie Trevino Jr., Cameron County judge, has put out a press release stating that President Trump is not welcome in Cameron County today. He says the violence and attacks our U.S. Congress members and U.S. Capitol experience are beyond words of validation and are in direct opposition to our shared American values. In order to avoid any possible or related occurrences in our area, we are asking the people of the Rio Grande Valley to avoid such a public outing and event. President Trump's visit today will not help in healing our country from the divisions he has encouraged that turned this rally based upon falsehoods into a domestic terror event against our nation's leaders, our capital, and our democratic form of government. We do not have a democratic form of government.
That's right.
Stated Cameron County Judge Eddie Trevino Jr. This is happening in Texas.
Absolutely.
It's disgraceful.
And the way now Dade Phelan has announced that he's going to put Democrats in charge of some of the most important committees.
Of course he is.
Even though we have a Republican majority.
Yep.
Everything we're trying to stop, the things that you see in Pennsylvania, the things you see in California and New York when it comes to, just around the election, voter registration and mail-in ballots and all of that.
Yep.
The Democrats are going to have control of that, even though they don't have control of the Texas.
That's
they
right.
do not have a majority in the Texas House.
We have the super. Am I correct to say?
No longer a supermajority.
Okay.
We have a majority in both chambers.
In both chambers and in the governor's seat. So there's really no excuse. But I'm just going to say to you folks, when 25, 35, 40 people show up today, when this is going on, it's swirling around you. It's swirling around me.
Right.
I am getting so much information, I can't even digest it all. When Twitter can disenfranchise the President of the United States of America, call him names, and is a publicly traded business, and think that that's okay, we have got serious, systemic problems. You want to talk about systemic problems?
Yeah.
We got it right
That's
now.
right. That's
Am I
exactly
right?
what it is. Yeah.
So.
And we're going to need you up at the Capitol this session.
Yes.
I hate to say this, but I've been talking about January 12th for over 6 months now. And so many people said, oh, I'll be there with you on January 12th. I told people, make sure you get the day off. I told them that in August, September. Get January 12th off. Join us. We don't know if it's going to be hot, cold, rainy, snowy, whatever. We have no idea. But join us, make that commitment. And we couldn't even fill the bus this morning. We got 20 on the bus. The people who said they were going to drive up, I haven't seen hide nor hair of them. I think, actually I did. There was one carload I'm familiar with that did drive up on their own. But it's disappointing. It kind of makes us every now and then question, why do we do what we do? Because we made the path so easily. You talk about leading a horse to water. You're the horse lady. Is it true that you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink?
You cannot make the doggone thing drink, ever.
But you could make a
happened.
gold-colored trough and put the best water in the world in it.
Yes.
And have a red carpet leading up to it.
Yes.
And walk them up with the halter. Is that the string on their front?
The halter and the lead rope.
The lead rope. But you can't make them drink.
No.
Folks, we've got the golden trough we've laid out. We've got the bus. We've got everything arranged. We even have lunch lined up for you. I'm going to go pick up lunch here in a minute. So all these things to make it convenient. Is it chilly out here today? Angela's got her fuzzy hat on. It's not that bad. I just took mine off.
I don't have anything on my hands.
I got a long-handled shirt underneath this. And
beautiful.
Just, it's absolutely gorgeous up here. It is a little chilly. But I'm telling you what, yesterday, Angela and I were on my radio program, and we read excerpts from the different diaries of people who fought in Valley Forge in the winter of 1777 and 1778. And we read from 3 different diaries, one of them being George Washington's, the other one being a surgeon, the surgeon at Valley Forge. And the third one was from a private from Connecticut, I believe. I'm not too sure, but it was a private. All 3 of them talked about that winter and how horrible it was. A lack of clothing, no shoes, the frozen ground. They knew where the tracks were by the blood from men walking without shoes. And so these are what these guys went through to save to create what we've got today.
Right.
And so to see so few people up here afraid of the flu or afraid of the cold weather or what have you, it's just heartbreaking to me. So the summer soldiers and the summer patriots, as Alan West said in his letter on Monday, he said at the bottom of it, he said, so our summer soldiers and our summer patriots, we'll let you know when it's safe to come out.
Right.
We will. We'll still be here fighting for you. We'll let you know when it's safe to come out and join us. But I think it's kind of sad. And so we're going to make the noise. We're going to have fun up here today. We'll all drive back home. We'll have stories to tell. We'll be meeting the Fort Worth group here for lunch. They have gone into the building, and
Yes.
so but we'll all be out here at 1. And anyway, anything else, Angela?
All I can say is this is just the opening day. If you've heard from us today and you have felt convicted that you have got to get involved, please contact us. We are a volunteer-only organization. We exist because there are other people who are interested. They're interested in donating their time, or they're interested in donating their money, or they donate both. Bodies matter up here. Numbers matter. These legislators need to think and believe that you care. And we need you to get involved with us. So find us on MeWe. Find Fredericksburg Tea Party on MeWe. This YouTube channel will be on Rumble. I have a temporary Facebook page right now just to be able to tell people where we are, because Facebook dismantled our page, our Tea Party page, and all the admins that were associated with it overnight. You've heard this from Ron Paul, and you've heard this from the, what's the movement, hashtag
move out,
walk away.
Walk away. There you
Walk
go.
away,
Hashtag
sorry.
walk away.
Hashtag walk away movement. The exact same thing happened to them. This is tyranny in its beginnings, and we hope that you will be convicted, empowered to stand up to this. That's all it will take. So
Okay.
please join us. Watch what we're doing. Thank you
Go
so
talk to
much.
us.
No, already did.
Oh, okay.
He's a flower deliverer.
All right, come over here, Tanya. Get on screen. Tanya, we were watching a fellow a while ago
Yeah, hop in
who
here.
was delivering flowers
Flowers.
up to the Capitol, and so we watched him, and he went to the west
Well,
entrance.
First of all, I
Go ahead.
asked him, are you going to deliver those flowers inside? And he said, yes. I said,
Right up to that thing.
do you have to be tested? He said, I don't know. He just came out and he said, I didn't have to be tested. He went inside, I don't know where. He went and delivered flowers, and he did not have to be tested.
So he didn't have to be tested.
No.
So
we
and
shouldn't have to be tested.
right, yeah, and
if
so
we- if we
somebody,
do,
some
just get
people are
some
told to be
flowers. Just go get
tested,
some
others are
flowers.
not.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense, and that's what we're up here, folks. If you're upset about what happened in Pennsylvania, if you're upset about what happened in Arizona, in Nevada, if in Michigan, if these things bother you, we have to protect this in the state of Texas.
That's right.
We have to protect it because we're so close to it tipping over, to us having that same situation. You know, Houston decided they were going to just mail a ballot to everybody. Even in Gillespie County, against the governor's orders, they set up drive-through voting.
Yep.
They just set it up, and I had a friend who is fully capable of going inside the building to vote, and he just pulled up and see what they would say. They didn't say anything. They took his ID,
Yeah.
got him a ballot. They didn't say, you know, you're capable of going in the building, or you know, they didn't do that. So we even had drive-up voting in Gillespie County against the governor's orders, and so
It was in Kerr
against
County,
law
too.
in Kerr County as well. So these are the things we're trying to protect, and we fight at the city and we fight at the county level, and it is so important to save Texas. And
Yes,
if you
it
want
is.
to join us, you need to start coming up here with us.
Yep.
We'll train you. We'll show you around. Heavens, the chili parlor is right back over here,
Which we love.
which we love. So
love,
you know,
love.
if it's your first trip up here, I'll let you buy me a bowl of chili.
Yes.
Over there, absolutely. Frito pie, baby, Frito
Oh,
pie.
yeah.
You gotta love Frito pie.
Enchiladas.
Oh yeah, everything's good over there at the Texas Chili Parlor. which, by the way, many underhanded political deals have been made
Yes,
in
they
that
have.
in that restaurant, because it's right here. You don't even have to cross the street to get
That's
it.
right.
And so it's one of the famous places. And you can always be surprised at who's sitting in there.
Right.
And but anyway, there's all kinds of good reasons to come up here. The committees will be chosen over the next 3 or 4 weeks.
Yes.
Testimony will not testifying and looking at bills won't start for about 5 or 6 weeks, about 5 weeks probably. So you've got plenty of time to kind of make a commitment. We come up here early every week in order to build relationships, in order to meet people who work in the offices, in order to just kind of get to know people. And that's very, very important, so that when you show up to testify, you're not just another nutbag that showed up. They know you, they recognize you, they see you.
Right.
So many people just come up here once every 2 years. If it is real estate day, all the real estate guys come up here.
Yeah.
They're up here all day. They don't think they let them bring their balloons and open house signs in, but they all come in up here on one day. And that's the only time they're here. And so how does a representative or a senator or a legislative director treat them? He goes, they're nice. They say whatever they want to hear, because they know those guys are not coming back.
Right.
They just come up once a year and they all speak their piece, and then they go home, and the legislators know that. We don't do that. We're up here every week. We build relationships. We're not ugly. We don't get in their faces. We're not
No.
nasty.
No.
Even the ones we don't like, we're nice to. And so we come up here, we build relationships, even to the point of a lot of the representatives and senators that we know, we let them know that, hey, if you've got a bill that we like and you need someone to testify on it, man, give us some coaching, some points. We'll go up and testify for you.
Right.
And so I've gotten calls in the last couple of sessions where not even my representative, another representative say, Matt, I got this bill coming up Thursday afternoon. Man, I'd love to have you testify for this bill. And if you'll come by the office, we'll give you and then we even do things like arrange to, you have your 3 minutes of testimony. But if a representative interrupts you and asks you a question, they stop the clock. And so it's very cool if you've arranged ahead of time with one of the representatives to ask you a question. And so we do things like that. We work within the system, but we are also outside of the system. And we are absolutely volunteer. Angela, when was the last check you got for doing this?
Never.
Never. I've never gotten a check for this. So anyway, if you want to come up and be involved with us, the door is open. Our next meeting is going to be Thursday night, day after tomorrow, at St. Joseph's Hall.
Yes.
In Fredericksburg, 212 West San Antonio. We've got great, actually one of the groups we work up here with is Teaxs Values.
Yes.
And they're going to be our presenters this coming Thursday night.
Right.
And so if you believe in Teaxs Values, if you believe in the sanctity of life, both the beginning and the end of life, if you're upset with the transgender clinics
Yes.
that we have in the state of Texas, where they take little boys and they chemically castrate them.
Yes.
They take young teenage girls and cut their breasts off. These kinds of things are happening in Texas. We're trying to stop that.
Yes.
If you want to join us in that kind of thing, if these things make you angry and you want to do something about it, the opportunity is here. The platform is here.
And
it's time
now.
to do it now.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if we're going to have another national election. I hate to even say that. We don't know what's going to happen.
If you think for certain we are,
more
why?
power to you.
Why?
Yeah, why?
Why would you?
So the key thing is here, we're saving Texas. We're saving Texas, and people have laughed at me over the years about saying that as if I could save Texas. Of course, I can't save Texas, but we can.
Yes.
We can. And so you need to join us. You need to be a part of this. And I'm looking forward to seeing you up here.
Look us up.
All right.
See you Thursday night.
See you Thursday night, FredericksburgTeaParty.org. And we'll see you Thursday night. Let's see if I can get this thing turned off.
All right, Matt.
Thank you, guys. Okay, let's see. Doo-doo-doo. End stream. Yes, end. There we go.